What's up, guys? My name's Kenny, and I hope you're all feeling good today. It is Monday, September 15th, and these are the daily Pips puzzles. If you guys are new to Pips, if you guys aren't familiar with it, it is a very fun puzzle game where we have to put dominoes in the right spots. So let's go ahead and get started here with the easy one. This will be our warm-up. Okay, so this puzzle is a straight line. So all of these numbers here represent what these regions have to add up to. So this one is a single one, so this has to add up to 1. So that means we just put a 1 in there, which we have 2 of them. Okay, so we cannot put the 1 0 in here because then we would need an 8, or excuse me, we would need a 9 to add up to 9 here. So we don't have a 9 on a domino. So this has to be our 5. Now this one has to be a 4 here, 5 and 4, add up to 9. That puts a 4 over here. This one has a 4 in here. The sum of this has to be 4, so this means there's a 0 that goes there. A 0, it looks like a 0 and a 3 in here. So now this one's already equal to 3, so we can just put another 0 in there. And that is the easy puzzle for today. Nice little warm-up. Let's go ahead and move on to the medium puzzle. All right. Ooh, this is an interesting looking medium puzzle. All right, this looks like it might be fun. Okay, so what things stand out to me? So first of all, we have 3 regions here which have an equal sign on them, which means that all 3 of these have to be the same number in them, the same digit. So we need to make sure that whatever we put in there, there has to have at least 3 of those numbers. So we do have like 4 1s, we have 1 2, we have like 4 2s. We only have 1 0. We do have 3 6s. We only have 1 5 though. We have no 4s. So okay, so we're looking at 1s, 2s, and 6s. In the 3s, there's only 2 3s. So I think we're probably just looking at 1s, 2s, and 6s in these equal regions. Okay, so this one region is pretty significant because the only way to add up to 1 using 2 numbers is 1 and 0. Now, we do have a 1 0 domino. Okay, a quick thing that you guys can do to notice that we can't put the 1 0 in here is now we have this weird shape over here, which has, you need to put 5 things in there, and that would, putting this vertically would cut off. So like, if you put 2 dominoes in here, you have this 1 leftover spot in there. So that can't happen. So we know it's not going to be a 1 0 in here, which I probably could have guessed anyway, but the 2 has to be a 2 and a 0 or a 1 and a 1. So the one thing I would point out is that because of the way that this sort of this thing right here, this has to be 2 of the same number. So, like 2 2 here or something like that. In fact, 2 2 is probably just the right thing to do. 2 2 or 1 1 because we have 1 1s here. It has to be a domino that has a duplicate of the same digit on it, because there's no other way to put something down here without doing that. Same thing over here. Actually, all 3 of these. Yeah, all 3 of these. So we don't know the order, but it's probably some. In fact, I think I can probably just randomly get lucky and get these right on the first try. But it's probably going to be something like this. Now, of course, we could rearrange them. We could have these in the wrong spot, but like that's what we have to do with those dominoes. So let's just say that this is the 2 2. I'm going to put that in there for now, although I don't know for sure that it's the 2 2. If we put this in here as the 2 2. Actually, we know it's not the 6 6, because if we put the 6 6 in here, then we would need a 6 3 right here, and that's already more than 2 in there. So we know it's not the 6 6. I think it's going to be the 2 2, but I don't know. So we put this in here for now. And what that means is that we need something to go horizontally right here. So the next domino is going to go like this. Now, it could be the 2 0, it could be the 2 1. In fact, I probably can't even do this yet. I should probably start on the other side. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I should probably just start on the other side here. Okay, my assumption would be that the 6 6 goes over here. But could go right here. If it was to go right here. So what I was trying to get at, actually, hold on, let me just point this out. What I was trying to get at over here was we don't know what domino goes here. It could be the 2-1 or the 2-2, but we know the placement of it is something like this. And that would mean that this one has to go here, and that means that this one has to be something. In fact, I think I might have just accidentally lucked into the correct answer right here. Okay, you know what? I'll take it. All right, guys, I think I just accidentally found the right answer, trying to show you guys. The idea I was just trying to show you guys was that this is like the positions that these dominoes have to go in. If we don't know the exact domino that goes in these positions, like I'm just pointing out that this is what it has to look like. So, therefore, let's just imagine I don't know what these... let's just imagine I don't know what the correct answer is for this one, because apparently I just lucked into the correct answer. If I didn't know what these dominoes were over here, I could at least say, just by looking at the placement of them and the positions of them, that this whatever this domino is, like, this has to be the position of this domino right here. So this would have to have, like, it could theoretically be a 2-0 right here, right? Because these could be the 2s, and then this could have like a 1 in here. In fact, why can this... Hold on a minute. Why can this not work? Wait, does this use all the same dominoes? Hold on. Is this 1-1-1, 2-0, 1-0, 2-2-2? This works. Hold on a minute. What did I do? 2-0... 2-1, 0-1, 1-1. This uses all the exact... So, again, this is a scenario where we have two different ways to solve this. What in the world? The reason why this works is because you can just leave this domino in there. This one doesn't move. What moves is this can either be a 0-1 here, or we can rotate it and put the 0-1 here. And then the other one's a 0-2. So it's just a matter of flip-flopping these. That's so crazy. Okay. So I was saying this the other day in one of our puzzles. Again, I don't know if that makes it easier to solve these or harder to solve these, that there's two solutions. Because, like, you can look at this and you can say, like, I even did this. I got to this point where I put this in here. I put the 2-2 in here, and I was like, oh, I don't know what goes in here. I don't know if this is a 2-0 or a 2-1. Although I guess at this point I can know it's not a 2. Well, hold on. Is there another way to solve this? No, I don't think you can solve it a different way than what I did. I think you have to do it this way, but it can be confusing because, like, if you see that there's two possibilities to go in here, you might easily get confused and think, oh, I can't put anything in yet because I don't know which one goes where. It could be either or. But in this case, I guess you can sort of say, because it doesn't affect these other two dominoes over here, yeah, I mean, you just know you can put in either one. So, yeah, so these do not affect what's going on over here. So this goes here, and then that goes there. All right, interesting. Very interesting situation there. Okay, well, that was just our medium puzzle. I still got one more puzzle. That was not even a hard one today. So I just wanted to take a minute to kind of talk about how interesting that one was to me. But with that being said, let's go ahead and move on over here. Okay, this is weird. Yeah, let's zoom out a little bit. Yeah, this is perfect, actually. I don't have to move anything. Okay, cool. So, oh, whoa. 63? 63? Are you kidding me? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's 16 things in there, and it has to add up to 63. Oh my god. Most likely we don't even have to try to do anything. Okay, let's not do any math to try to add things up to 63. Even though I'm thinking of like 9 times 7, but anyway. So All right. Forget about that. Let's see what these other things are here. So, okay, 0 and 0. We need two different zeros to go in these. So we know that is this domino right here. So this might be something that is like positions of things is important. So we have a 6 that has to go in here. This might be our only 6, actually. Yeah, okay, that's funny. They only gave us 1 6. They only gave us 1 6. They only gave us 1 0 0. Now, do we have a 4 4? We do have a 4 4, but the question is that going to go there? I don't know. This one has to have a 1 on it. This one has to have a 1 on it. Ooh, my suspicion is that this, whatever we determine this to be, now this could be a 1 2, it could be a 1 5. My suspicion is that it doesn't matter which way you put it. But hold on a minute. Let me see. Because like you're either way, you're putting it into the 63 region. Dude, we actually are gonna have to add up to 63. Hold on a minute. The only thing I don't know about is if the 4 4 has to go in here. Man, do we actually have to do math? What we might have to do, I'm trying to think. Do I just add up to 63? We're gonna have to add up all the numbers on here to see how much all these all add up to. But I'm wondering if I should add up to 63 or if I should add up 63 plus 8, which is whatever, 71 or whatever. Because if we can add up to 71, okay, let's just do it. Let's take the total of all these. So we have 3, we have 9, that's 12. 12 plus 8 is 20, 27, 35, 41, 47. 47 plus 7 is 54, 64. Oh, I was like, why does that not add up? 64 plus, what is this? 6. Wait, 70. Wait, I didn't add that up right. Hold on. That can't be right. How can I have something that's less than... I did my math wrong? Wait. I was gonna say, did I not scroll down far enough? Or is there more dominoes underneath? No, there's not more dominoes. Then hold on. How does that math work out? Okay, maybe I did my math wrong. There's not another 6 on here, is here? No. No extra zeros. I didn't put anything weird in there. Okay, hold on. That adds up to 63. Those two add up to 4. That adds up to 1. So 64 plus 4 is 68, plus 4 is 72. So how did I get my wrong... hold on a minute. Why did I not add up to something that was over 72? Okay, hold on. 3 plus 9 is 12. 12 plus 6 is 18. 18 plus 8 is 26. 26 plus 7 is 33. 33 plus 8 is 41. 41 plus 6 is 47. 47 plus 6 is 53. 53 plus 7 is 60. 60 plus 10 is 70. We already have a 5 in there. Oh my god, we already have a 5 in there. So it adds up to 70. We have a 5 in there already. So that's 65. I did say 70, right? Do I see? Now I'm questioning myself. Did I add it up to 70 or did I add it up to 71? Okay, so this down here adds up to 70. 70. 70 minus 8 minus 1. 70 minus 8 is 62. Minus 1 is 61. So 61. Guys, let me start over. Oh my god, I'm confusing myself with whether I counted the 5 or not, and whether or not I'm counting this one up here in the region and whether or not I added up to 70 or 71. Okay. Guys, let me just math. Okay, let me just math. This might not, I don't even know. Maybe this is not even the easiest way to do it. Maybe you just put in the 4-4 here and you just say, well, hold on a minute. Like, because I'm trying to think, is it possible that I add up all the things and I get to a point where I'm like, the only thing that could mess this up, like, this could easily go here, and this could go here, and we could have the exact same thing as if I put it here, because these essentially are going to be able to go anywhere. The only way that this would matter is if this was a 1-4 here. Or something like that, I feel like. If it's affected by this region on the outside. Right? Hold on, am I wrong about this? I'm actually trying to think about it. Like, I can't, I actually am stumped on, like, does it matter if this 4-4 goes exactly in this position? Or if you put it right here? Because you could just include this 4 and this 4. You could just add them to 63 and just pretend like it's just an extra big region, because then it doesn't really matter the positioning of them, right? Like, we're going to get to a point where, like, well, the 1-5 might be important, right? But, like, we're going to get to a point where it doesn't matter if I put this 5-3 here or if I put it here, right? And this here, you know what I mean? Like, the positioning of this doesn't matter because it's all under one region. Okay, let me do the math again. Let me restart. We have a 5 in here. Okay, so maybe I subtract the 5 immediately. So, hold on. So we go 63 minus 5 is 58. 58, we're going to add all these 3 in there. We're going to add the 1, 4, and the 4. So, you know, actually that 5 cancels out this 1 and 4. So we can just go 4 plus 63 is 67. So 67 is here. I'm pretty sure we have 70 here, but let me just figure this out. Because if it's 70, then this is just a 1. It disappeared on me. I double-clicked on the domino, and it just disappeared. We gotta refresh. We gotta refresh. This has happened before. This is a bug on this website where sometimes you go to put it into the puzzle, or you click on a domino, and it just disappears on you. I've had this once before. Okay, I refresh. It's back. Okay. So if I had 70, and this all has to add up to 7 or to 67, that means that this is just a 1, 2 in here. And then that means that this has to go here. So, okay, let me show you guys what I mean. This 4 can just go in here. And this 4 can go here. It doesn't have to be a 4-4 in there. You can do that if you want to. Okay, I'm not adding things up again because I'm trusting my former math. Okay, I got it. That was an insane new twist on these Pips puzzles. And yeah, the 4-4 was interesting because you can just include the 4-4 into that bigger. You can just make a bigger region. Just add 4-4 to 63. What caught me off guard at the beginning, though, was I forgot to. I did all the math, and I was like, "Why am I getting a number that's lower than everything I added up?" And it was because I had the 5 already sitting there in the puzzle. That was the one thing that I did that was not good on this one. Man, they are pulling out, what's the phrase? Pulling out the punches? Oh my gosh, how are you supposed to correctly use that phrase? I just realized. Is it they're not pulling punches, or hold on. Are they pulling out all the stops, or no? What's the phrase? There's like a phrase with like stops and punches and... Pulling out all the stops is a phrase. Pulling punches is a phrase. Oh my, I feel so stupid at this point. Listen, you made me do math here, and now my English is bad. To pull your punches means to hold back, restrain yourself. So the phrase that I'm looking for is they're not pulling their punches. I think that might be what I'm trying to say. Guys, Pips is punching us right now. Pimp, 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 pimp. The game is not Pimp. Oh my gosh. That's a different game. Pips. You know what? I can't English. I can math, but I can't English. Guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.